Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. We're sitting on the Harley this time. It's a 2000 FXR4. Trusty telly here, not plugged in. Today I want to talk about guitars, and particularly when you are playing with another guitar player, especially, let's say it's not your regular band where you have the same two guys all together. Say you're like me, where it's a three-piece band where we add guitar players. Guitar players of different quality. And by quality, I mean, like, there's the A-level guys that are in the studio, maybe Nashville, and there's the guys who play live and do their best and are good players, which is probably me, which is maybe say C. And there's the B plus guys that are, they're in the studio sometimes and they tour sometimes with bigger acts. And underneath that would be people who don't very often play live, or they just guessed a few songs because they're not going to play 45 songs a night or 30 songs a night or whatever you're playing. So I think this is something I'm qualified to talk about and I'd like to talk about. So it's Ron Robertson, singer-songwriter, band leader, guitar player, singer. So I'm usually the singer in the band. So most of the time, let's say I get somebody out with me. Couple things first you want to do. You might want to, let's say it's your player who's the same level as you are, a B or a C. Adjust the set list more to their liking. So a lot of times what I do is I take away a lot of the original music because it's harder for them to learn. It's easy for them to learn bluesy or simpler country stuff or bluesy rocky stuff. So I'll stick to that. I think it's your job as the band leader to make them look as good as possible. It's not about you all the time. It's about your guest and making them look really good. That's what I feel. So besides the set list, in picking songs that they like, if they're playing a Gibson, you play a Telly. If they're playing a Telly, maybe you play a Gibson. Try to get that sound. So you got the two different sounds. I like to spotlight them. If it's a really tough song, maybe I'll take that lead. I don't want to embarrass anybody. But it works. It's off the cuff. You never know what's going to happen. But sometimes it's great. Yeah. So the other option here is if you get a better player, getting into the B plus A player style. So when you're playing with somebody like that and they're in your band, okay, I'm a lead player. I can play rhythm. But sometimes, in order to make that better player look the best you possibly can, or she can, maybe it's time to be a strum and dummy. Like, I'm not a studio musician, but I can play acoustic in the studio. I can be the strum and dummy. Or I can add stuff to it to make it more interesting. I'm decent there. As far as soloing and leads go, I'm not the studio guy. I'm just the bar festival guy. If I'm playing, what I'm doing is painting a background with that acoustic. I don't even bring the electric. I just paint a background with that acoustic. It allows me to concentrate more on my vocals, so the band's going to sound better because I don't have to worry about any leads. And every solo goes to that person. Now that person can probably do all your originals and all the tricky stuff. If they are getting around that A level, they can do all that. They don't need a rehearsal. They just need to know the song list, and they may have an iPad or their phone in front of them. But it's your job to make them look good. You're hiring them, say, to make you look good. No, you make them look good. You stick to the acoustic, unless you are on the same level as them. And then they'd be happy to have you along. But if it's a good gig, you want it to turn out good. So it's pretty simple. Nothing complicated here. Just try to work your best and know your place. Take your ego in check. Maybe that person's a better blues player than I am. Maybe I can bend pedal steel notes better than they can. Let's just trade back and forth. If they can do everything better, strum and dummy. There's no shame in that at all. I actually prefer it because it allows my vocals to be stronger. Last couple of gigs, the last gig, it was a three-piece. I didn't think my vocals hit I wasn't off key, but I didn't think they hit quite where they should be till we were a couple of hours in. That was multiple sets. The week before was basically one long set with a little tiny break in between. Again, I had a better player. If you're watching, you know who you are. I did the strumming, but my vocals were better right away. I don't have to think about the lead. You know, you're the front man. You want to talk to the audience. You know what the next song is going to be. You want to make sure all the sound's good. You're doing everything. If you got to play lead as well, it's harder, and I feel your vocals suffer. So my preference is to just play acoustic. But sometimes it sounds good with two electrics. You got somebody along the same wavelength as you are, and you can trade solos back and forth. It's a lot of fun, and the audience likes that too. But like I said, I think the vocals suffer a little bit, just because your brain multitasking. To strum is easy, but don't forget you got other stuff going on too. What's the next song? Who do I need to introduce? Da 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 da. So that's basically it. Keep your ego in check. If the guy's at A level and you're not, play acoustic. If you're around the same level, still tailor yourself to them. You know, if they're in a heavy guitar, you play a lighter sounding guitar. Gibson Telly, that sort of thing. Make them look good. Adjust the set list. You can do it. Everybody will appreciate it. So yeah, I'm here on the Harley today. Got my Port Dover Friday 13th shirt on. I don't think there's a summer one for a while. There was one here. It's the largest rally in Canada if you're into motorcycles. I play here a lot because there's a lot of music and motorcycles in Port Dover. And that kind of right down my vein. I love it. A lot of hippies, a lot of bikers. It's an interesting mix. Yeah, so what else? I'm out in the shop today again. We're trying another one in the video. We're using the wireless microphone from Rhodes to see what the quality is. No music playing in the background. We're just going to do a talking one. So I'm testing this while you are part of my test audience. We're testing this system to see how I like it and how it works. So it's still a second review of the Rhodes wireless. It just plugs into your phone, little microphone. You can see it right here on the top of my hat. Yeah, we're in the shop, sitting on the old Evo, last year of the Evo, 2000. Evos are the best, by the way. Sorry, everybody else. They're just best. And that's it. So I'll catch you on the other side. Catch you at a live show. RonRobertson.com online. There's stuff going on. I'm not riding today because it's rained last night. Finally, we've been so dry, and it was just spitting rain a minute ago. So even though I don't have to play this weekend, I got time off. I'm not riding today because it's miserable, so I'm doing videos. This is video number 3 today. All right, so that's what the video is about. Nice, simple. Keep your ego in check. Support your fellow guitar player. If he's better, you play acoustic. Got it? All right. Anyways, we'll see you on the other side, and I hope you have a good one. Bye now.